G'day guys, I'm here with Sam from SAVIC Motorcycles and I'm standing next to a very cool looking electric motorbike. Sam, can you start by telling us a little bit about SAVIC?
So we're a Australian-based company, and what I've got behind me is the C-Series. So this has been 9 years in development, and we've designed this from the ground up here in Australia, and we actually build these down in West Melbourne as well.
Oh, that's great, Sam. And so for people that are interested, you mentioned it's been 9 years in development. I think you mentioned to me earlier that it's going to be available in Australia very soon. What's the timeline look like?
So we're actually in market now. So we've just started delivering bikes this year.
Okay. Oh, great. And and we've got behind us a big screen here, which for the benefit of our listeners, looks like a pretty cool way for people to design their bike. How does that work?
So what we decided to go with was a cafe style motorcycle as our kind of flagship model. And one of the big things, being like a smaller company as well, we can work very agile. We haven't got this complexity of production at the moment. So one of the things we offer is a full custom built to order motorcycle. So each person gets to go through, select what kind of bodywork they want to go for. We do custom paint options as well now at the moment. And we're actually exploring how we can diversify more, how many things can be changed on the configurator for each order.
That's great, Sam. And so just to give us an idea with an electric motorcycle, obviously there's going to be some big differences between most people on a petrol motorcycle. So what are some of the things that people can expect on an electric motorcycle?
I'll talk to the product. So we've obviously got no clutch, no gear selector. So the left-hand side is very, very cruisy to ride the bike. You're not kind of going through those gear changes. With that comes less maintenance, less things to go wrong because there's less moving components. It's direct drive from the motor to the rear wheel, and it's a belt drive as well. So again, very, very minimal maintenance. You've got your tyres, your brakes, and your brake fluids, and eventually your suspension. It's probably the only things you'd be actually having to do in terms of maintenance.
That's great. And so I imagine like the difference that we see with electric cars and their petrol equivalents, there's possibly some torque and performance benefits that people would expect as well?
Yeah, big time. So it's single speed. So it's crack on the throttle and you just hold on and you get 200 newton-meters of torque to the rear wheel, and it tops out about 180 kilometers an hour.
Wow, and what are we talking about for range?
So 200 kilometers, and that's mixed city and highway. So a lot of people are a little more familiar with the EV world now. Obviously depends what kind of riding conditions you're in. If you're doing a lot of stop-start and then a bit of highway, that's how much we reckon on average. And then if you're doing about 100 kilometers continuous, you're looking at about 130 kilometers range.
Oh, that's great. And so in terms of the show, I keep seeing a lot of people over here, and it seems like you haven't stopped speaking to people all weekend. So has it been a good show, and is there interest in the bike?
Yeah, very much so. And I think we've stood out a lot because it seems to be like a lot of like family SUVs. I think that's where the Australian market's been leaning towards for the last few years. And I mean, look, we've got a high-performance two-wheeler electric motorcycle, which not many people really see in the market, even worldwide at the moment. It's still very, very new.
So the Honda and the Kawasaki, so they don't have anything out yet that sort of fits in this performance category?
So a lot of the big OEMs, they do seem to be a bit quiet. Kawasaki's been dabbling on the lower CC equivalent kind of range. Honda's released something quite similar and quite surprising. They've gone for very similar specs to us as well. So it's quite interesting to see that a big OEM like that's kind of going the same direction as us.
That's great to hear, Sam. Well, great to have you on the show, and I hope all goes well with the future of SAVIC.
Yeah, thank you.